All right. Am I still audible?
Yes, you're
Okay.
audible.
Okay. So I'm not sure when we actually got disconnected. I was giving example of the resource sharing. So when I'm giving examples of the resources, what I'm relating here is like a file document or a project folder, or it can be any printer. How in older days, when we used to share these all resources, so that's where actually I was just sharing this thought process with you, that what all you can think of, the initial ways through which we can share our files or folders. So it was a quite simpler way for sharing resources. We used to just have that floppy drives or the CD, or maybe just enable the sharing option, the configuration, right? And nowadays maybe they are just coming up with CD or the USB and all. But think from the enterprise corporate environment where there are like 2,000, 3,000 employees, and they wanted to share their resources. Okay, so definitely there will be a mechanism where they will manage the data, and they will be able to have the resource access. For that centralized administration, we use a term known as Active Directory. So today we are not going to actually go more deeper in that sense. But the reason I shared this concept is when you talk about this centralized administration, think about when we talk about the enterprise level organizations. Take an example of different companies like Accenture, Wipro, Infosys, how they manage their infrastructure. They have their data centers, correct? If this is a new term for you, question to Rihan and Rida, is this the data center term is new for both of you?
Yes.
No, I think I've heard it somewhere.
You have heard it. Okay. So let me share like in a plain basic terms what exactly the data center is. And if I encourage, if you get time, you can just like visit a website known as Microsoft Data Center. You will just get a kind of image how it looks like and how it works. So feel free to actually get your learning clear with these all website information. But basically, the data center is just kind of a one facility or a building, basically, which provide the shared access of these resources, which includes like machines, servers, storage, and all that stuff. Basically, all those applications are also included. So the reason I shared this and focus on this data center is that yes, definitely data center is a good option for any corporate level companies to go further, but there are certain limitations. And due to these limitations, what we all can think of to manage this data center, maintenance cost, there will be a manpower which you need to manage this group of servers. That's where it leads to a different technology which is given by the vendor. Okay, so who is that vendor and what is that technology? That's where we are coming up of the concept of cloud. Or in a better sense, we say cloud computing. So in a layman terms, when you go to anyone, think about cloud as you are getting all the resources, all the services over the internet. Okay, so I'm not just going with like a complex definition of cloud, but let's keep it quite simple. All resources what you can think of, we are getting it available over the internet. So imagine it doesn't matter your location, be it UK, be it India, you will be able to access the same resources. And that's where they introduce the concept of cloud. Okay. Now with this, we are going to have a deeper conversation on the cloud computing. But as of now, just remember this, that one of the cloud provider is actually Microsoft, and that cloud name is Azure, right? So there are multiple cloud service providers. One could be Microsoft, another could be Amazon, another could be Google, another could be Alibaba, IBM. All these are just vendors. All these are cloud service providers. They will give their services in form of their own cloud. And in this program, in this curriculum, our focus would be more on the Microsoft product. So we will be utilizing the Microsoft terminology, the Microsoft curriculum, the Microsoft learning material, the Microsoft study guides, and Microsoft labs. Okay, because it's actually the product, it's actually the cloud from Microsoft. Okay. In general, what are our expectations as a part of this curriculum? Okay, let's understand that. So as the name only suggests, we are going to only discuss about the fundamentals, which means we are not going too much detail, not too much in the configuration, because for that there's a different program, different curriculum, and the reason being there is no need as well. So depending upon what your profile will be. Imagine if I wanted to go in a security field, but I need a base in cloud. So I should be good with the product fundamentals, which is expected as per this course. So if I, let's say, attend a program, Azure Fundamentals, what are the expectations? I will get introduced to the Microsoft Azure Cloud. I should be knowing about the cloud services which it provides, and I'm familiar with all the services, where exactly it gets implemented, though I may not know how to configure it. Okay, let me repeat and make it simple. So I am only familiar with the cloud and the services which it provides, but not about the configuration or the deployment or the designing. And do you know what is the reason behind this? Because there are different profiles which are associated with all this knowledge and learning. Okay, I know it's quite early to share more on the career part, but it's always good that at this level, if you know about this, it will help you to know in which direction we will be going after completing certain certifications. So take an example, if we will be going with the Azure fundamentals, it is creating a base for us where we can target any careers which can be related to either Azure or it's a part of security as well. Okay, if I am good with the Azure services, including the configuration, I can become a Azure admin in any of the corporates or any of the companies. Okay, if I'm good with Azure designing, like I know the designing stuff, how it can be designed, what are certain proactive measures which a company will take, I can become an Azure architect in any of the company. Okay, so the reason I shared this little bit with you, I know tomorrow we'll be going more details in terms of Azure career path, just to give you a gist that what all careers are possible when you get introduced to Microsoft Azure. Okay, let me take one quick pause here to know, do you have any questions? Is it going on the top, or is it like you are getting all? Do we need to slow down? Or do we need to actually get more details on the career related guidelines, data center, cloud computing?
No, no.
No? Okay. Okay. What about Rida? I heard from Rehan
No.
going okay.
Okay, it's going okay, fine.
Rida going okay. Okay. All right. So just give some time also to me and to yourself to know more, because these are certain new terms which are coming your way. It's better that if we can relate a few with certain examples, and you know the background as well. So it's too early. Do not think like we have actually started. Give some time to actually know the background, and then maybe from tomorrow onwards or from next week onwards, you will actually get a complete gist out of it, like what is something which we'll be going through. But just a kind of task for you, if you manage to can, just read about some base on the data center, if you manage to can, and little bit on the cloud or the cloud computing, what exactly the cloud is. I'm anyways going to share a few resources with you, which you can keep it for your reference. So put everything in your notes, what I do share in this connects with you. Okay, there is actually a standard definition as well for the cloud computing. But anyways, I'm keeping right now this for the next discussion, because that is where we are going to start our next conversation with the cloud computing, and then coming to cloud, and then coming to Microsoft Azure, and then digging deeper, like how to manage the cloud, uh, how you can actually get introduced to the portal which you use to manage the cloud, how you can practice the hands-on. So we will be actually planning to create a Azure account for both of you, which you can utilize for practicing Azure. Okay, that's actually the plan going further. All right. So one more thing which I wanted to share with you is on the okay, let me show something to you really interesting. Let's see. Azure, and here we have certification. Okay, let me open one file and we'll be sharing the screen with you. Let me know if you are able to see my certification details, which I wanted to share with you.
Yes, we can see.
You can see. Okay,
Yes.
great. So, why this is important as a part of the structure? Definitely, we know that we are going to dig deeper on the curriculum and the content, but definitely the first thing which comes to our mind is like, why exactly we are learning this? Why it is important? What comes to anyone who has created this cloud, right? What was actually the weightage? So when you go out in a market, definitely we have to just prove the skill set what we have earned. So for that, definitely the certifications are important, right? I don't know exactly if there is a plan actually for you all for you both to do the certification. But definitely, if you are interested, you can complete the course and you can go for the certification. But please, please, please keep in mind that the study which you do for this course is to know the content, is to understand the concepts, to hands-on the lab, right? To do certain hands-on lab so that you can understand the practical implementation. But when it comes to the examination, definitely there are other efforts which we need to put. Like it happens in academics as well, right? In the biology, maths, you read the content, you understand. But when you prepare for the exam, there will be a little bit different study, right? You do for the exam pattern. Same applies here as well. But just for your knowledge, the certification which is relevant to the Azure fundamentals, that comes under fundamentals, and that has a certain code. Just for you to know, we will be targeting the AZ series, and the number code is AZ900. Okay, so wherever you see any relevance with respect to certification, your target for the next few days is Azure Fundamentals AZ900. Apart from the fundamentals, tomorrow, if you wanted to go dig more on the same technology, like you wanted to become an Azure admin, so what are the expectations? We should have the role-based certification, which is like a Azure administrator. Okay, and next level also, we can go to the specialty level where, let's say, we are only focusing on one particular topic, one particular subject under Azure. So I'm only focusing on Azure Virtual Desktop. I'm specialized in that. So that's where we have specialized level certifications as well. Okay, just extra knowledge. Don't give any burden to yourself that you have to mug up this or you have to remember all this. This is available on internet, right? Just for you to understand that where exactly we stand, we are actually targeting for the 1-star certification, okay, which is AZ900. Okay, now for 1 second, I'm going to just stop sharing and then let me share it again. Sorry, I have to do it actually one more time because there are different screens which I'm trying to show you. Okay. Hope it's visible.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what I was referring to. So imagine for anyone, like be it a student, be it a corporate, I should have my own goals, right? Like why I'm learning this new technology, what I wanted to become, what will be my role. So for me, let's say I wanted to become a security engineer, right? I'm targeting cloud security. So what certification or what kind of skill mattering to me? Maybe the Azure Security Engineer Associate, right? The second one on your left. Because I will be capturing those skills which are meant for the security engineer, right? Same as data scientist, same as data engineer. For different roles, we have different skill set which we acquire. So if you consider here on the right, just see the fourth one in your right, where you have Azure fundamentals. So it is just like a functional basic knowledge about Azure and the services which it provides. So this is kind of ABC, like a building block for everyone who is coming to Azure, be it admin, be it architect, be it role-based certification, everyone will actually going through the building blocks, which is the fundamentals. Right? Make sense? Like we should just know the ABCD before we actually know how to frame the sentence, right?
Yes.
Okay. So last thing for today, which just wanted to share with you that what we will be going through starting from tomorrow onwards. So this is our plan. I hope you are able to see my screen now.
No, I can't see your screen.
Can't see it. Okay, I think it's coming up. It says it's shared. Rita, are you able to see it?
Now,
Now,
now I can see it.
Now seeing it. Okay, okay. Now it came. Yeah, your screen is loading. All right. So our whole focus for this particular study is we are definitely going to get the basics, like the foundational knowledge for my cloud and the services which it provides. Now, how should I know about the services? Definitely, we should get familiar with the portal and what all services comes under what it provides, how it looks like, how to configure to a certain extent, and we should be capable of sharing these services details with anyone who is looking for any solution, right? Because imagine any non-technical person coming to you that, hey, I did have this requirement. I wanted to host my machine on Azure. So do you have any solution? Yes. If we know about any cloud services which provides or which help us to host the machine, you can share the details. But anyone who is from, let's say, non-technical background, they may can just share the requirement with you. They might not tell you like, okay, I'm looking for Azure or I'm looking to host the VM. They might tell you like, okay, I have certain PCs. I wanted my employees to work like this. I wanted these services. Can we host in such a way where these machines will be available every time over the internet, right? So there's a difference when I describe these two requirements to you. One is the person who already knows the cloud platform, and one is like maybe who is just a manager, just managing the stuff. Correct. So our idea of this fundamental is we will be covering three learning path. The first one is the cloud concepts, where we will be trying to understand everything about cloud, the terminology, the building blocks, what are the services, what it provides, what are certain benefits which you have for cloud. Because definitely, unless and until you share the benefits, who will be using the cloud? Right? So we should know about that as well, the cloud service types, the models, and all that stuff. That is a part of our basic learning roadmap. And the second learning path which is covered is Azure architecture and services. So which means if someone has to design Azure, can we just have an overview of the services? If we get familiarized with the architecture, that's what we are going to cover. Little bit most of the services actually are covered in that, but yes, it keeps on introducing. So think like you will be learning in 2024. Imagine by the end 2024 they may launch new services, so you may have to go through like what is upcoming and what is something which they keeps on changing. So it's ongoing. Okay. And the last learning path, which is included as a part of fundamentals, is the management and governance. So this is how like it is like a step-by-step process. For us, the curriculum is designed in such a way where we have to cover the concepts and the architecture and the management. So the only part I need to share with you is tomorrow onwards, we'll be just focusing on how this AZ 900 is designed. And we are going to get started with more on the cloud computing, what are different terms, what is the curriculum which we will be using as a part of official curriculum from Microsoft. And we can just also discuss about what is the sandbox environment, what are certain labs which you can utilize, and how we should be just proceeding with all our learning. That's what the agenda for tomorrow. Okay. All right. So any questions before actually we wrap up today? Today was just like a kind of introduction and just the gist for you both, like how we are going to start next. Anything which is not clear?
No, nothing
No.
like that.
Okay. All right. Same as Rehan, Rida, both for you.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sure. So I'm also not expecting too much because obviously I have not shared too much details which are actually difficult to grasp. But going further, this is the only support I need from you. Please share, please stop me wherever it's like you need more information. And what I'm trying to do is, it's not about just the documentation and just the concepts every time. We'll just try to make it a little interactive with certain hands-on exercise or the quizzes like after every module so that it just becomes a little fun. And a few tasks I keep on giving you, like which you can just try to find certain information. Like for today, the task for you is read a little bit and learn more about the Microsoft Data Center. Okay, just it gives you like a visualization. It just gives you how the building looks like and how exactly it is from inside. If you can just feel free to take a tour inside the uh, Microsoft Data Center, you will like it. Or you can actually try with the Google as well, Google Data Center. Just read some base about cloud or cloud computing if you manage to can. Otherwise, just leave it for tomorrow's session. We are anyways going to discuss. And yes, nothing much for today actually, because starting tomorrow onwards, we will have more tasks or more things to do. Okay, so I don't want to burden too much for today. Let's keep the same time. Is this, by the way, like comfortable time for both of you?
Yes, for me
Yes.
it's
Yes?
comfortable. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Is there a possibility like just for tomorrow? I mean, for the other days, I'm fine with that. But just let me know if there is a possibility to just shift it by 30 minutes just for tomorrow. Is
Like
this
30 minutes earlier or 30 minutes after?
earlier?
Like what?
Earlier, yeah, earlier. So rather than like 9 p.m. IST, can we keep 8:30, like 8:30 to 9:30? Is that okay?
Yes, yes, I could do that.
Okay.
You can do that? Okay. Okay. Because I know like as per UK, I guess this will be 10 a.m. for you.
No, 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 it's 3:30 p.m. for me, not 10 a.m.
3:30 p.m. Oh, okay. 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 All right. So if that is acceptable for you and Rida, you can also join. Just for tomorrow, I will be sending the invite for 8:30. I have some actually commitment like at 9:30, which I'm trying not to miss. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So just for tomorrow, if we can manage.
Yeah, no problems.
Sure.
It's fine.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Thanks a lot to both of you. Okay, let's do that 8:30 or maybe 8:25 somewhere. Let's take 5 minutes buffer so that it will be good. So let's meet tomorrow and we'll start our conversation.